A char is an integer type, 1 byte wide, that also happens to be how C stores text. Every word in that sentence is doing work. It is an integer type. You can add to it, subtract from it, compare it, use it as an array index. It is 1 byte wide, always, by definition. Size of char is 1, and that is the unit everything else is measured in. And it happens to be how C stores text, which is almost an afterthought in the language design. Look at the printf. The same variable C is printed twice, once with %C and once with %D, and you get capital A and 65, the character and its numeric code. Because they are the same thing. Then the last line adds 1 to it and gets capital B, because in every character set you will meet, the letters are contiguous and in order. That is why the classic tricks work. C minus quote unquote gives you a letter's position in the alphabet, and digit minus quote 0 quote turns a character into the number it represents. Now a distinction that trips up everyone arriving from a language where quotes are quotes. Single quotes make a character constant, a single value, an integer, 65. Double quotes make a string literal, which is an array of characters sitting somewhere in memory, terminated by a 0 byte. So capital A in single quotes is 1 number, and capital A in double quotes is 2 bytes, the letter, and the null terminator after it. They are not interchangeable, and they are not two spellings of the same idea. Assign a string literal to a char and the compiler will complain about making an integer from a pointer. Compare a char against a string literal and you are comparing a number to an address, which is nonsense that may nevertheless compile. Get into the habit early if it is 1 character, single quotes. If it is text of any length, including length 1, double quotes. And remember that the null terminator is always there, taking up a byte you did not type, which is why a buffer for a 10-character name needs 11 bytes. Here is the part that bites people processing binary data. C has 3 character types, not 2, signed char, unsigned char, and plain char, and plain char is a distinct type whose signedness is up to the implementation. It is signed on x86 Linux and Windows, and unsigned on ARM, which now includes a very large number of phones, Macs and servers. So a byte with the value 200 at the top of the range reads back as 200 on one machine and as -56 on another. If you are looping over bytes of a file and testing whether one is greater than 127, you have written code that behaves differently on an Apple Silicon Mac than on an Intel one. The rule is simple. If the numeric value of a char matters to you, say what you mean. Write unsigned char for raw bytes, write signed char if you genuinely want the negative range, and leave plain char for what it is good at, which is text you are going to pass to string functions. And rather than writing those comparisons by hand, use the standard library. Include ctype.h and you get a family of one-word tests, isoffer for a letter, isdigit for a digit, isunum for either, ispace for whitespace of any kind, isupper and islower for case, ispunct for punctuation, isxdigit for a hexadecimal digit, plus 2 converters, tuper and toller, which return the converted character and leave anything else alone. Using these is not just tidier than writing C greater than or equal to quote unquote and C less than or equal to quote said quote. It is more correct. Because it respects the locale, and because it does not quietly assume the alphabet is contiguous. But there is a catch, and it follows directly from the previous slide. These functions take an int, and the value must either be representable as an unsigned char or be the special value EOF. Hand them a plain char that came out negative and you are indexing off the front of a lookup table, undefined behavior again. So cast to unsigned char at the call, exactly as the last line shows. It looks fussy. It is the documented requirement.